and welcome back to No Cabin Fever today. With us today we have Jonas from IJ Solutions, and he will tell us how automation in Jira helps to cope with increasing process pace. So without further ado, let's hand it over to Jonas.
Yeah, thank you very much for introduction and for having the chance to have the talk today. Yeah, I want to talk about processes and the changes in process over time. Yeah, my name is Jonas. I work as Atlassian administrator for several years now, mainly with Jira, and I'm co-founder of IJ Solutions. We have 3 apps on the marketplace for Jira and provide development and consulting services in the Atlassian environment. Yeah, regarding process, I want to start with 2 examples of how processes changed over time. And the first one is the release dates of VW Golf models. If you look at them, you see at the beginning there was, for the first models, there was a lot of time, up to 10 years between the release dates, and these times become shorter and shorter. And at the end we had, or in the recent years, we just have 4 years between those releases, and also the complexity of the models increased. So there was a need from the market or from competitors to have these quicker development cycles and quicker processes to achieve this and to have these releases in shorter periods. This was an easy example to find, but there may be a lot of other examples as well. But not only in research and development, also in operational processes, you can find these examples. So if you think about some years back, if you want to order something, some items, some goods, you had some kind of a catalog made out of paper, and you could go through this and select what you want. Then you send physical mail to the reseller or manufacturer, which took you maybe 2 days. Then this was processed and sent to you, and it took maybe another week, and then you get your products. So if you look at the same thing today, almost all companies selling goods or having these these offers, they have an online shop, and you can easily go there on the web and order things. You get it delivered the next day or even at the same day. So there have been changes, and in order to provide these services of fast response, also those companies need to adapt or change the processes and to have more IT support or supported processes to achieve this. So if you look at these processes over time, there was some time in the past, I mean, I didn't experience it by myself, but I heard there was a time where not everyone in a company, every employee has his or her own computer. So all the work or all the processes have been done on paper. And you had a lot of time for these processes. So the lead time of the whole process was quite long. You had data storage or information on papers, in folders, no IT support at all. And the characteristics of those processes have been manual for sure, sequential, so step by step, and you had a high risk of making mistakes because you didn't know what your colleagues doing or what has already been done. So yeah, there was quite some space for improvements and for shortening these times. And this happened with when computers came up. Everyone had their own personal computer where the data was stored, or on a file system it was stored. You had the first IT support of your process by maybe, for example, tools like the Office tools, PowerPoint, Excel, or Outlook. But yeah, the process has still been sequential. So don't get me wrong here. I like tools like Excel, and you can do crazy things with it, and it's really cool. But you come to some limitations as soon as you want to, for example, work on the same file with several users at the same time. This is quite difficult. And there you could profit from the next step I would mention it. So if you, for example, use Atlassian tools, you could further shorten this time for you need for your processes. You have your data stored on web servers or in the cloud. You could use Jira or Confluence as an example for process support. And yeah, the focus here is more on collaboration. So working together with the whole team or a company across locations, across offices. As the tools are web-based, it's quite simple to achieve this. But there, yeah, it's not directly that you cut off the process lead time, because I think it doesn't help if you just copy your emails to Jira issues from Outlook and create a lot of issues and nobody works with it. So I think there are some success factors that could limit those shortening of lead times. I would name them user acceptance, automation, and tool performance. For sure, there are maybe more, but I would want to focus on them here. Tool performance is quite basic, so I think it's, yeah, it doesn't help you if users sit in front of their PC and wait for 30 seconds until a Jira issue or Confluence page is loaded. Then you lose all the time you gain by implementing these. So this is, yeah, quite important to have a good infrastructure and performance of the tools. But now I want to focus on the other two factors. So user acceptance and automation of the tools. And for user acceptance, yeah, it's always important that you know for whom you design your process in Jira, for example. If you configure something and it is maybe configured for software developers, they could maybe use with the create screen like this, where you have a lot of fields on it, not very structured, no mandatory fields, or just the summary in this case, and not much description on the fields. So they maybe know what to insert, and they know it. But if you design processes for other departments, like HR department, for example, or purchase department, or so on, then people might use Jira who normally don't know it. And if they open a form like this, yeah, they might be confused and close it directly again, because I don't know what to do here. So my recommendation would be to have more structured screens in Jira, for example, have certain tabs with different topics or different kind of fields or information you expect, have descriptions in colors to highlight information, and also having not that much fields or that many fields on the different screens or different tabs. You could also have warnings or information messages, so that the people just know what is expected and what needs to be inserted. So by this, you then can increase the acceptance of the users, and so have the advantages of the tools and use them in a better way. And then to automation. Here I want just give some small examples where in Jira you could use automation. I mean, I think it's important that you don't automate everything just to have some automation. it needs to make sense, and it needs to fit to the processes and also to the requirements that the users have. So here for creation, for example, you could have mail handlers for issue creation. So yeah, issues get automatically created from emails. This could help to also get more users to the tools, maybe users who normally use just Outlook and just emails. They could just send messages and issues are created. So you don't have a barrier to log into the tool and go to create and so on. Or you could have automated issue creation on transitions. For example, if you need in a workflow always the same set of subtasks or other issues, you could easily automate that. So the manual workload is reduced. So you can fasten your workflow and your issues going through that. And for sure, there are a lot of interesting apps on the marketplace which you can use to create issues by automation. I will show you one example of our apps in a minute. For editing issues, yeah, you could copy values from one field to another. You could make calculations, setting dates. All that is possible if it's fitting to the process and to the requirements you have. And those, yeah, could be triggered by also some post functions in transitions, some rule services, or event listeners. And yeah, finally, also transitions could be made from email, for example. So by that, you could achieve to, yeah, make approval processes more easily by triggering them from outside Jira, and not, so don't have the users to log in and do this in the tool, but using their emails they normally use anyway. So this could be done, for example, and also having transitions triggered by other transitions. So if, for example, you don't need one status all the time, you could just overcome it, because then you save some clicking of and going through the workflow with every single status. So this all could be done, and finally, I want to show you the contribution of IJ Solutions, what we developed to have more automation in Jira. So if you imagine you have software development projects, for example, and you need one function in every software you develop, and you could have an epic with all issues and all steps you need and subtasks in that epic. And with our app, you can easily clone this epic together with all the issues and all the subtasks. During that action, you can define to which project you want to clone. So new target project, you could modify summary, epic name, due date, assignees, whatever. And then you get, by one action, having these epic cloned to the new project with all issues and all subtasks. So by that, you can save some just time for manually creating issue by issue and the whole epic. And beside that, if you maybe think in another project, you're in development project 2, you maybe don't need some stories or some features. Then you could easily tailor your epic and say, okay, I don't need this feature, I leave it out for cloning. Or you could say, in this project, another assignee will do the work, and you could change that easily. So this is a use case where you could easily save time by using this app. And another use case would be if you maybe consider using Jira for test management, for example. You could have an epic template for test plans and reuse it all the time. You need to set up a new test plan, and the issues could be tests, and the subtask maybe test steps. So by this, you could have a template project for this testing epic, or you could have it in the same project and easily reuse it all the time. And save a lot of work by that, manual work. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for listening. If you are interested more interested in the topics, you can visit my blog on ijsolutions.com, or just write me an email to info@ijsolutions.com for further discussion and exchange. So thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Jonas. If there's any questions, be sure to use the Q&A box of Zoom at the bottom of your screen. And then while we wait for questions coming in, be sure to tune in tomorrow again. We'll have another talk tomorrow by adaptivist Erin, keeping Jira Service Desk secure in the age of remote work. So if you're interested in that one, we'll be happy to see you back tomorrow, same time, same place. Doesn't look like there's any questions coming in. So thanks again, Jonas. To the rest of the audience, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.